Are you somebody who's finding it hard to get hooked onto React hooks? Are you somebody who's not able to get React hooks hooked in your head? Or are you somebody who's getting hooked by my intro hook? Well then, hello and welcome to this video on React hooks, where I bring the developer entertainment and the content and education to help you understand React hooks, one of the most challenging features for any new React person or even a seasoned developer to understand. Before we get started, I have a question for you. Why do fish not like React? Because they have hooks. Okay, let's get into the video. Hi, I'm Shruti Kapoor, your favorite developer, educator, and content creator. In this video series, I am teaching you React hooks. If you are somebody who feels pain when they have to go through the React documentation because there are so many hooks, I'm going to break them apart for you to explain you one hook at a time so you understand what they are used for. We're not going to use any external library in this series so you can understand React by focusing on one specific topic at a time. Today, let's learn useEffect hook. Now let's understand useEffect by figuring out how we can use useEffect to call an API. useEffect is used to synchronize with an external system. It could be a database, it could be DOM, or it could be an API. Although there are data fetching libraries that are better suited for fetching from an API, in this case, we're going to use useEffect to figure out how we can use useEffect in the absence of a data fetching library. Let's get into it. First step, we're going to import useEffect from React. Now, I want that these images should actually come from an API instead of being rendered statically. I'm going to set an API URL. This is where I'm going to get my images. I have a dummy URL that I'll use. And now I'm going to create a useEffect. In order to create a useEffect, it takes a function that performs side effects. Side effects is when we call an API or set data to a system that is external to React, which in our case is this API. So I'm going to fetch the API, get the response from JSON, and now I'm going to set images here and set images, and that's it. useEffect also takes a dependency array. By default, useEffect will run every time React re-renders, which can cause React to re-render multiple times. So in order to re-render it only once on load, you can pass an empty dependency array, which is denoted by an empty array. So this is the fetch function. I'm going to create fetch images. I'm going to create this as a function, add this here, and then call this and await for this. And I'll also make sure that I render slide only when images is present. So images.length greater than 0, and then render slides. Same with this, images.length greater than 0, only then render controls. Okay, now that I have this fetch API, and I'm calling this on useEffect, the first time we render, I'm going to console log data to see what is the data that I'm getting back. And I'll see that I'm only rendering this once, which is good. So I got products here. And if you see here, products actually has a images array, which is what we'll use. So when I pass this to my slide, I'm going to pass images at index, and then I'm going to get the images out of it. So I'm going to get the image, 0th image out of it, and that is going to be my URL. So I got image, images, 0th. I got image, images, image dot images, and then I need the 0th image out of it. Sweet! I actually have products coming from an API. And now if I increment, I see the next images. How cool is this? Surprisingly enough, all of these are makeup. I wonder whose idea was that. So that was useEffect hook. Which hook do you find the most difficult? I'm going to take a wild guess and say useRef. Is that the correct answer? If not, tell me which hook do you hate the most. And if you like this React hook series, hit that subscribe button so I can make you hooked onto React. And remember, You are stronger and smarter than you think. You may not be at your final destination today, but you've come a long way, and that is something to celebrate. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep coding and keep reacting. Bye. Time to go shop for some makeup. Ooh, I need a red paint. Ooh, Chanel.